Peace, family. Peace, 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 peace. 1 second. 1 second. All right. So, listen, I wanted to pop on here real quick. Okay. Honey, I'm in the midst of sorting these clothes. I was uploading all these videos, to different platforms. But listen, okay. Now, I know we have been programmed, okay, and what made me do this video was actually as I was about to take the clothes out of the laundry bag, a thought just popped in my mind about the best revenge on your ex. Okay, why is getting to know yourself the best revenge on your ex? Well, the reason why is the best revenge. So first off, let's go back into I want to say psychology, right? I'm no expert on this, but this is what I do know. Okay, when we was children, right? We seen certain things, right? We seen our parents do certain things. This all is relatable, okay? Now, you may have seen when your mama was going through it with her boyfriend, she probably started talking to some other dude or something. I don't know, right? But this all stems from somewhere. So as you become a teenager and you start dating, right? And maybe you like sitting around the house, you depressed. Probably your parent there say, you depressed over this boy. You better go out and enjoy yourself, right? And it's so many fish in the sea. Right? I don't know how many other people have heard that before. Like, it's so many fish in the sea. Instead of you being, depressed on somebody else, you could, have so many other people. The reason why it's not beneficial for you to jump into another relationship right after you get out of the previous relationship is because it was things that you was in harmony with that allowed you to attract your ex. Let me say that again. The reason why it's not healthy to just jump right into another relationship right after you done broke up with your ex, probably a few days later or months later, or maybe you was dating a person while you and your ex was together. Maybe your ex was dating a person while you and them was together. The reason why it's not healthy for you to just jump into another relationship, because guess what? Those attributes that you had with your ex, you still have them. You still have it. Remember what I said, we don't attract in life what it is that we say we want. We attract who we are energetically, vibrationally, and frequencyly. Okay? I don't know if frequencyly is a word, but what we are in harmony with. Okay? And so the best revenge is to get to know thyself. I'm going to share a story with you guys. Okay? This has happened previously in my life. I only speak about things that I've been through, gone through, and grew through. Okay? And this is one of the things that's what you have to understand is when you in these relationships, right? It's a reason how you attracted this person. Some may say it was the physicalities. Nah, before you attract that person, you met that person. Now, I know that may go over somebody's head, okay? As I said this before, and somebody said to me, how could you have met the person if you never even seen a person? What I'm referring to is energy. Okay? Those belief systems that you have about yourself, right? That you may tuck away, that shadow side of you, that you don't want nobody to see, the neediness part of you, as though you feel like you got to be in a relationship in order to be happy. Whereas though you feel as though in order for you to flourish in life, you have to be with someone. That is absolutely false, okay? And oftentimes we have been programmed to feel like in order for us to enjoy life, we have to be with someone, okay? Now, I'm not saying it's anything being wrong with being in a relationship, but what I'm merely saying is the best thing is for you to get to know yourself. The best thing is for you to know how to make your own self happy, because if you don't know how to make yourself happy, that means that you are going into this relationship and you are expecting somebody to do the things for you that you are not willing to do for yourself. So let's get back to it. Why is it important to get to know thyself? Well, it's important because If you don't want to attract the same exact thing, honey, you got to become something different. And it's unhealthy. See, this is what I knew. This is what I knew. I knew this with my ex, right? When he got into a relationship, it was some parts of me that, forgot. But then it was some parts of me, as long as I studied and started understanding thyself, and I could, by me knowing myself, I could also understand people. Okay? Because we are all what? Reflectors of one another, right? And so when he first got in a relationship, I was like, I was hurt, right? Although I wanted the relationship to be over, okay? But him being with someone else, it just did something to me, okay? Now, some may say, Dina, well, why would you put this on the internet telling people, what if he watching? I don't give a fuck. I don't live for people, okay? So getting back to it. So when I first found out that he was in a relationship, I was upset. I was bothered by it. Okay. I was upset. Although I wanted the relationship to be over, I still was upset because guess what? I still had feelings for him. And even though I told them to get out, I still felt some type of way. Ego. Okay. And one of the things that I started understanding was that I forgot was, Dina, those attributes that he had in that relationship with you, what the fuck you think he gonna do in that relationship with her? Started coming to my senses. And then afterwards, it didn't affect me as much. Okay? Although at times I would dress up, manipulation, would dress up like when he would come around to let him see like, ooh, like you ain't doing nothing, right? That's why it's not good to try to manipulate. Because when you try to manipulate and get dressed up, be underneath somebody else, another guy, right? Or another gal, whatever it is, right? What tends to happen is you still have feelings for this other person, right? And people gonna let go. Like say you're in a relationship, y'all broke up or whatever it is like that. See, the person is letting go. They not that interested because maybe you done showed the sign of fucking neediness, okay? And it's not wrong if you showed it. But what I'm saying to you, you got to get back to you. You got to start knowing your power, okay? So if you showing neediness in that relationship, people could feel it. Some may say, well, I'm not needy. They front in front of their friends. I never be needy. That ain't me. All this other stuff. But behind closed doors, you calling them several times. Okay, you going to his house all the time. You breaking out the windows, flattening the tires. You doing all this deranged stuff, but you saying you're not needy. That's a form of neediness. Okay? If you are in a relationship or whatever, and every time the person come around, you drop every goddamn thing for this person. It doesn't matter what it is. You just stop your whole goddamn life because you feel as though this person is it. Oftentimes it's because you feel as though this person could give you something that you can't give yourself. And that is an illusion. Okay? And then when a person don't reciprocate those same exact feelings, you get upset. You start feeling like, well, what about all the times, I could have went out with my homegirls and I didn't. Instead I stayed in the house. Well, who told you to stay in the house? You doing those things thinking that you're going to get more love, more affection, more attention, when in all actuality, the truth is everything is always within you. Okay? So don't think that by you getting another relationship right after your ex, that's going to, and your ex, of course, okay, he may feel like, or she may feel like, oh, they in another relationship. Now I got to compete, or now I want them back. It's not that they per se really want you back. It's the absence of that thing. Like when you was a kid and your mama took the toys and stuff away from you, you missed it. But up until that point, before your mama took the toys away, you ain't give a damn if you had that toy or, what? Because the toy was there. The toy was in his presence. So you didn't give a damn. But as soon as your mama took that damn toy away, guess what? You was hollering, making a fuss, making a scene, doing all these different things because guess what? You didn't have the toy. So the same as that concept for us when you break up or you trying to get your ex back. Is not for you to try to get up under another person. That is absolutely force, and that is a form of manipulation. If you doing it, your ex may come back, but guess what? Energy is real. People feel neediness. They can feel it. Your ex may come back, you gonna let old boy go, right? Because your ex is back and you happy. You like, oh, see, this is the way I got him back. No. You're gonna lose him again. Guess what? Why? Because you done put this person on a pedestal. You done forgot your damn power. You done made this person your whole priority. You know, whenever this person come around, you drop everything. And guess what? You drop everything because you feel as though this person could give you something that you can't give yourself. And so when they feel that neediness, right, that form of manipulation, that form of, you trying to get something from them, people feel it. They feel like when you trying to really get something from them. And it's a lot of pressure. So guess what? They gonna fucking rebel. Because it's like it's like subconsciously you saying, I can't get it from myself. So it's your job to give it to me. You know how much pressure that is? Even when you get in these relationships and you're like, oh, well, this person got to make me happy. That person, that's not their job to make you happy. Add on to your happiness, yes. But to outright make you happy, that's your goddamn job. Okay? So I don't advise. And, before I gave a friend advice and I would tell them, I would say, get dressed up and all this other stuff, but that's a form of manipulation. And guess what? When you doing that form of manipulation, even radio silence and all this stuff that we hear, I done did radio silence. I done did no call, no show, all these, I done did it. Okay. I'm speaking from experience. Okay. It's all a form of goddamn manipulation. If you doing these things and you're not working on yourself, guess what? The people can feel it. They may be attracted to you, start coming into your presence again, but guess what? They ass is going to be out again because they can feel it. They can feel energy is so real. I can't say that enough. People feel it. The best revenge I could ever have on any ex is getting to know myself. Guess why? Because if I know myself, I ain't going to attract them again. You thinking people change because you just jumped from one relationship to another? No. The shit you was in harmony with is the same exact thing you are constantly in harmony with today if you ain't working on your damn self. Okay? So you got to start looking at yourself and saying, how did I attract them? Stop saying it's because of my ex. I used to say that, my exes did this. They cheated on me. They did all this other stuff. No. How did I attract my exes? That's what you got to ask yourself. How did I attract them? You got to be real with yourself. If you ain't real with yourself, honey, right now I'm in the house by myself. Okay. When you go home by yourself and you get in that goddamn mirror or wherever it is that you are by yourself, those thoughts, they start fucking running well. Okay. And you start seeing things or it's like you start really you start feeling a certain type of way, like you may feel needy, you may feel depressed, you may feel, alone, or you feel all these emotions, but around people, you putting up this facade, you putting up this, this persona that you got it all figured out all together. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to your ego. I'm talking to your damn spirit. Okay. Let me tell you something. If you don't want to attract them again, you got to do something different. I have a friend who drops everything. Everything this guy shows her some attention, whatever. She drops everything. Drops everything, drops everyone. One of the things I said was, you know what? That guy gonna show you again exactly who he is. You know why? Because it's not real. It's not authentic what you doing. You go out when a guy pull away. But as soon as the guy show you some affection, a little form of attention, you go right back to him. It's not supposed to be that way. And so I tell his friend, no. It has to be real. Okay. Before I used to say, now I could admit, before I used to tell her, get dressed up, go out and all this other stuff. But it's not from the aspect of trying to win them back. It's from the aspect of you getting to know your goddamn self. You have to let go. See, you feel everything outside is it. That's all the answers to your prayers. The people, and you feel that way. And since you feel that way, people just showing you your shadow side. That's all they doing. They just showing you your shadow side. You know that part of you that you want to tuck away, the part of you that you tell your friends the lies, right? The part of you that, you act like you all together. That part, the only thing they do is reflect that shit right back to you. So that person you're in a relationship, they come and go as they please. They do whatever the fuck they want to you. They just reflecting back to you exactly how you fuck with you. So you got to look at yourself and you got to say, how am I showing up? How am I showing up? Am I putting this person on the pedestal? You putting a person on the pedestal, they gonna make you a groupie. Okay, because you making them, you making them the celebrity of your movie. They're not the fucking celebrity. Okay, you got to start looking at yourself like, look, if I was able to attract this, okay, I could attract something different. I could attract something better. Okay, you got to start looking at yourself like that. But if you ain't doing the work on yourself, and doing the work on yourself is, relationships gonna improve, your money gonna improve, everything in your life is going to improve. Why? Because you are doing the work on yourself. Is a reason why we were here in ancient times, get to know thyself. Because it's powerful. All the power lies within you. Get to know thyself. You know yourself, you know everybody else. Because we are all reflectors of one another. But if you trying to manipulate and you trying to do these things where as though it's like it's really not you gonna get exactly what it is. People just gonna show you your shadow side. That's what they gonna do. They gonna keep reflecting back to you. So the best revenge is no revenge. Woo, magic. That's the best revenge? None. The best revenge is none. Because even in that, no revenge is revenge. Now, I know some, I can hear it. What? This is a contradiction. You just said. Yes. Because you're not giving that thing energy any longer. You're not worried about, it may hit you, you may think about it, but you're not spending all your time. The problem is you got too much fucking idle time. You got too much time. You too busy worrying about what they doing. No, worry about what you doing. Find out what's your purpose, your passion. Start doing things that you enjoy doing. Taking yourself out on dates. The concept isn't, I'm going to take myself out in order for me to win them back. No, I'm going to take myself out because I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to enjoy the company that I keep with myself. If you don't like being with yourself, who the fuck don't want to be with you? You don't even like you. You got to start looking at your life and start understanding you are the true creator. It's nobody else that's pulling the strings, doing this stuff to you. You are doing all this on yourself. If you don't know that you're doing this, guess what? People are always going to be in control over your life, and it's your life. And I don't care what it is that you believe in, what, your religious preferences, none of that matters. It's for you to look at your life and say, damn, do I like what I'm getting? If you don't like what you getting or what's showing up, what you are in harmony with, do something else. You have the ability to do something else. But as long as you keep saying, well, look what they done did to me. You holding on to resentment. Okay. You holding on to anger. You feeling bitter, you're going to keep on reaping it because you ain't getting the lessons. And life is just showing you, reflecting back to you the lessons. It's just showing you. Every time you get into that relationship, I told my homegirl, I said, listen, you got daddy problems. And, it's not in a sense oh, well, look, you fucked up. No, it's in a sense where it's though, look, you got to address that. You got to address that because guess what? The guys that you are attracting, they just like your daddy. And the person said, no, they not. No, not in that aspect. Maybe they not, abusive or anything like that. But in the aspect where it's though they are just like your daddy, because if you feel like your daddy wasn't there and your daddy didn't give you the attention and the love and everything that you felt you ought to have gotten. And guess what? The guys you meeting, they all the same. They all the same. They just reflecting back to you exactly how you feel about yourself. And so you could deal with it or you could keep on jumping, hopping, skipping Honey, I was promiscuous. I was promiscuous. I would tell you, I was promiscuous. Looking for love. Thinking love come outside of me. Thinking that God's gonna give it to me. Honey, playing goddamn housewife to guys that, done made me they jump or they one nighter or whatever. And playing fucking housewife. Cooking and cleaning and all this other shit. Trying to impress them. And they still wasn't impressed. Okay? And so I started reversing. Started working on myself. And the same as that, guys, send me a message. I don't know what it is about you, but, and with my natural hair, it's so funny how the roles reverse itself, okay? And my natural hair, all back then, honey, felt like I needed to get dressed up, felt like I needed to have my nails did, all this stuff, all these different things. So to the chicks out there, that's just like, ooh, this is funny. Okay, this is funny. Okay. When I was doing, cause people feel energy. Okay. And you looking like everybody else, but it's nothing different about you. You looking just like everybody else. And I remember this guy who, honey, I was head over heels for this boy. This guy sent me a message. And after you start doing the work on yourself, you start seeing, what the hell was I thinking? Right? And this guy sent me a message. Very handsome, but I started saying if I was able to attract him, then that means he was in harmony and we was in harmony with one another. Okay? And so when you do the work on yourself, your whole circle change, I literally mean your whole world change. People that you once used to attract, you won't attract those type of people any longer. Okay? All right. And so I remember he sent me a message and, here I am. I'm natural. I don't wear no makeup, no nothing. Okay. All right. And at that time, my hair was sticking up on my head. Okay. And this guy, I used to have the biggest crush on. Okay. And we had a few relations, sex. And I remember, I started doing the work on myself. He sent me a message and said, I don't know what it is about you, but I'm really feeling it. Hold on now. Wait 1 second. Wait, hold on now. And you know what I did? I deleted him. I blocked him. Okay? Now some may say, well, why did you block him? I just felt the need to block him. He was on Instagram. I blocked him. Okay? Because I started realizing my motherfucking power. You don't realize your power. You don't realize your power. You just you keep giving your power away. Every time somebody show you slight interest, attention. I could have been in several relationships. It's not that I don't want to be in a relationship. I'm not desperate. I don't need to be in a relationship in order for me to be happy. Okay? I don't need to do those things in order for me to feel like, valuable or, for somebody to complete. No. That's your problem. You feeling like, I'm looking for somebody to complete me. You complete. I mean, what the hell? You showing up to these relationships and you the way you showing up is you incomplete and you feel like somebody else is going to make you complete and then y'all gonna be whole. And that's why you keep getting what you're getting. You keep jumping in these relationships and you I'm going to get this, I'm going to get something different. I guarantee you're not. I guarantee you're not. I have a friend who tells me, and I love her, she tells me opposite attract. I don't know nothing about the opposites attract. Okay? Because saying that's like a form of saying that the universal law is not accurate. Saying that is like saying that, universal law is like wish-washy. So I don't know about all that opposites attract. I know what do attract is what the hell you in harmony with. That I know. What you in harmony, that's what you're going to attract. Each and every time. So you could say, this person is different. Okay, well, hey, if you didn't do the work on yourself, that's the same as that concept of you changing your clothes but not washing. Okay, you changing your clothes but not washing your ass. How do you think you're going to smell better if you did not wash your ass? You just like, oh, well, I'm just going to keep changing my clothes. Well, keep on changing your clothes. That's the same as that concept. You keep on jumping into these relationships. You're not doing no work on yourself. And then you expect for the next person. And what really gets me is when people say, I had a guy who, I guess he was like, you know, I made this statement about you attract exactly what you are. And then he didn't agree with it. And you could agree or disagree, but universal law is the same. It doesn't care if you agree with it. It doesn't care if you disagree with it. It's going to keep on showing you exactly what it is each and every time. And it's for you to see if you like it. That's it. I don't care if you agree with it. You think I give a fuck if you agree with it? Nope, I sure don't. I don't care if you say, oh, well, Dina, you're right. I don't care if you say, oh, Dina, you're wrong. I don't care. What I know is true is I had to start looking at my life and start saying, you know what? How can I get better? And I had to start doing better. So if you think you're going to get revenge back on your ex, that's too much energy. You putting too much energy. As soon as you're like, oh, well, I'm going to get revenge on them. I'm going to pay them back. Too much energy. That cause now you thinking about them too much. Now you thinking about how you going to get them back and all this other stuff. How about you take that same exact energy and put it in yourself? You can do that. You can do that. And then you could attract somebody different. It's no judgment. But I just watch other people's relationships. You know, I know, you know, relationships, you know, I don't even know about this concept because some people say, you know, no relationship is, you know, perfect. You know, you gonna argue and fight. I seen the guy who said that him and his wife never had a argument. I even heard Bob Proctor say that he don't do arguments. So I don't know, you know, I don't know. Teacher's own, I guess. But I just look at other people's relationships and there's no judgment. I just observe them. You know, even with my ex, when he got into that relationship, I just, you know, he was so happy. And then after the relationship, it was like he was back to his regular smuggler Douglas self. Okay. So it's no shade, but what I'm saying to you is, if you think that people have the answers for you, they don't. The true answers are within. Okay. If you're trying to be revengeful and, you know, you're trying to manipulate or whatever, that's not going to work. When you let go, the concept of letting go, right, of that person is not to let go and feel like, well, I want them to come back. The concept is to actually let them go. Is for you to get so caught up on what you doing, it doesn't even faze you. You're not even concerned if they come back. You just doing whatever it is cause you became so infatuated with your damn self that you not like, well, I need them to come back. You so obsessed with you. You so obsessed with you so much that it's like people think you in a damn relationship because that's how obsessed you are with yourself. You so obsessed with you that people like, damn, you know, she don't be wanting to talk to me. You know, she must be got a man or something. No. I'm so obsessed with my damn self. I'm so obsessed with knowing who the hell I am. I'm so obsessed of getting something different. I'm so obsessed of loving me so much that, it's a competition when I get in a goddamn relationship. That's how obsessed you got to be with yourself. You gotta look at yourself and start feeling like, you know what, I'm it. And the only way you're gonna start feeling that way is if you do the work on your damn self. If you ain't got time to do the work, if you like, I'm too busy, I gotta listen to all these songs and, you know, all this other stuff. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with music, but if you don't spend no time studying yourself, hey, you gonna get something different. You seeking validation from people who can't even give it. You seeking validation, they seeking validation, y'all seeking validation. No, you gotta start giving yourself this stuff. You gotta become, you gotta become different, so different, okay? That people that once thought they knew you, they may say, damn, she thinks she the shit. She's so goddamn bougie. She all this, they may talk shit because they thought they knew you. But they ain't know you. They knew to force you. They ain't know exactly who the hell you are. Cause you ain't even know who the hell you was. And so now you showing up full of confidence. Okay, some people misconstrue for, dare say, is arrogance, but it's full of confidence and your self-esteem. And those are the people that with the low self-esteem, but full of confidence, full of self-esteem, And it ain't that, that you walk around like bougie, like you better than anybody. It's just, your fucking self. You know yourself and you getting to know yourself even more each and every day. Okay, because I don't think that you could ever I think every day you are learning about yourself. Every day you studying, you learning more and more about yourself. That's what I believe. So if you don't know your power, guess what? People are going to control you. Same as that concept with commercials. They put all that stuff, advertisements for his makeup and everything like that. Why? And you buy into it. I used to buy makeup. I used to buy all this shit. Okay? I ain't know myself. I used to think, oh, well, if I look like this, then I'm going to attract that. No. It doesn't matter if your face is beat. It doesn't matter. Okay? It doesn't matter if your face is beat. Like some of you guys say, your face is beat to the gods. It doesn't matter if your face is beat to the gods. You gonna attract what the fuck you attract. Because you're not attracting from the makeup perspective or from the clothes perspective. What you attracting is from your energy, what you're in harmony with. That's what you don't understand. You don't understand that though. I had a passenger one time tell me, she said, because she seen my picture, right, on the rideshare app, on Uber. And she said, ooh, you don't have no makeup on or something like that. All this. I don't need no fucking makeup. I know who the hell I am. I know the power I possess. I don't need no makeup. I don't need no makeup. And what you fail to realize is that the type of guys that you may be attracting, okay, see, you attracting them and you may be like, oh, well, I got to dress up and oh gosh, this is crazy. I'm gonna be very transparent and vulnerable with you guys right now. It was a guy that I used to mess with, right? And he had a girlfriend. Okay, this is my truth. He had a girlfriend. And I used to, like I said, I used to dress up. I wish I could pull a picture up, but my old pictures, if you go through my photos, you'll see like my old pictures. And I used to dress up. I used to, do all the work and, all this other stuff. And at that time, my confidence, it was shot. Self-esteem was low, no confidence. It was just, and, seeking validation outside myself and everything. Right. And I remember when I had went natural and I had seen this guy, right, that, that I used to mess with when the face was beat to the gods, okay? Right? And I ran because I was like, and that was like not understanding my power. I ran because I was like, he ain't gonna, like, he probably be like, damn, what happened to her? Like all this other stuff, right? And later on, I had to start asking myself, well, why did you run? Right? And it was like somebody else worried about somebody else's perception. Somebody else like, damn, like what happened to her? Right? And this is another thing. Because when you change who you are, you may think like the old guys that used to want me, they may not want me. But isn't that a good thing? Isn't that a good thing though? Okay? Because maybe the old guys was caught up into this materialized world. Okay? And why would you want to attract somebody? Like I told you guys, I had that crush on that guy and I, head over heels for him. And then when I went natural and everything like that, the roles reversed itself. But why would you want to attract somebody that, that you was once in harmony with? Like, would you really want to attract that same exact person? Because when you start changing your perception, everything around you is supposed to change. Everything. Even in some cases where you shop, okay? That may even change, okay? Everything is supposed to change around you. Everything. And so you got to start looking at yourself and saying, do I want to attract the same? I laugh because, sometimes it's just so funny, how we really have been programmed so much so whereas though, everything is, based upon it's like you buying all this stuff in order for that stuff to add value to you. Or are you listening to what society says, thinking that that's going to make you happy. And then you don't even listen to your higher self. You don't meditate. And some may pray or whatever, but you don't do nothing to connect back to self. Cause you're so busy, right? You're so busy. You're so busy looking for love. You're so busy dressing up. You're so busy seeking revenge. You're so busy doing all these different things, whereas though you feel like you don't have time. And that's not really true. The truth is you have time, but is, what you giving your time to? That's really the question, because time is currency. Time is currency. And that's why we tend to say spending time, because it's a currency. So to the person that's out there, maybe your ex broke your heart. Okay. Maybe like you in this stage where as though you like, you feeling heartbroken or whatever it is like that. And for the people that keep saying, I fall hard in love or I fall in love, honey, you be mindful of your words. Okay, you have to really, really be mindful of your words, because if you say you fall in love, you can fall out of love. Words are powerful. You got to be mindful of your words. And when all the concept, love is like, a drug, because it's dopamine. All right, it's like all these chemicals. When you get into this relationship with someone else, and you feel like this person can give you all of this, the reason why you tend to miss them so much is because you was pouring into them. And I'm not saying like, you go through a breakup, you may not miss them, but the reason why you become, you miss them so much, then to the point maybe you start stalking them, is because you done poured so much in that you feel like you gotta get something back in return now. Like, I done gave you all these years, you gonna give me something back in return. Why they have to give you something back in return? You chose to be in that relationship. You chose to be there. So you gotta start saying, well, this relationship, it didn't work out. Like I told my ex, I want to be the best friends. And sometimes I send him a text because, it's my two youngest children father. Like the other day when I reacted about the text thing, I sent him a message like, I apologize. And some may say, well, damn, why you apologize? Because I don't look at it like, see, my perception was he was taking something from me. And I sent him a message like, I thought you was taking something from me, but you can't ever take anything from me. It's all according to how you see things. That's it. And so the person may feel like, they got over, and a person, you may feel like, he would a better person, he would a better chick, or, you guys may feel like, oh, she would a better do, or whatever it is like that, and, all the egotistical stuff. And what you got to understand is energy goes where you go. Meaning that don't you dare think they getting something different. And the beginning stages is the honeymoon phase. It looks so good on the outside. It looks so good. But then later on, guess what? You meet the real person. You start seeing them exactly for what they are. If you so geek and desperate to be in a relationship, you're gonna miss all the red flags, everything. You're just gonna miss them. But if you done took your time, okay, and started studying yourself and start studying those relationships that you were saying. When people come across you and they say certain things, it's like it's like a sentence. You know, like when you write in, honey, I ain't that good with that. Okay. When you write in and you able to see, like, you know, your teacher probably will put all the X's. It's almost like that. When people talking, you can see all the X's. You can see all the red flags. You don't even need nobody to tell you. You just see them. You like, You just listening. They just think that they got something. And you just like, yeah, yeah. And then you send them a message. Like, you could lose my number, right? Or whatever. Like, you just, you just start seeing things exactly for what they are. Cause you're not so geeked. You're not so geeked and infatuated with being in a relationship because society done told you if you're not in a relationship that you're not good enough, or if you don't have children by a certain age, that means, listen, okay? Are you gonna listen to society, or you gonna start living your damn life and listening to your higher self, okay? Or whatever it is you believe in. You gotta start looking at some of the stuff that you've been conditioned and programmed to believe. But whatever it is, honey, don't go seek revenge. I mean, if you do it, you do it. But guess what? When you do that and the person wind up coming back to you, they gonna leave again. Why? Because it never was real. It was like you was like being in a play. You know, you was acting out a part. It never was genuine. And so they can see that. And they gonna leave again. And then you're gonna keep on doing it. And they gonna keep on leaving. And it's just like an ongoing cycle. Just keep on until one day you have to say, you know what? I deserve better. I ain't gonna keep on playing this goddamn game. I deserve better. I'm gonna start doing the work on myself, starting to heal myself. And then you get different. And with that being said, I got to sort these clothes. I love you guys. Make sure you're rocking out, believing in yourself. Okay? Stop looking outside yourself for whatever it is. Stop seeking revenge. Because the true revenge is no revenge, which is actually revenge. Okay? Now, I know it may whoop. Okay? But the true revenge is no revenge, which is actually revenge. Because when you're not doing no revenge, it makes them, damn, what's wrong? You know? I done got into a whole new relationship, and you ain't doing it like, oh, well, I'm going to try to get this person. No, you not doing it. You like, you just being real with yourself. You just being real. You being very authentic, transparent with yourself. They ain't got nothing to do with it. They ain't got absolutely positive nothing to do with it. Nothing. And it'll confuse them so much that they'll start thinking like, no, she gotta be doing something. It'll confuse them so much. Because they can't understand it because they not in harmony with it. They in harmony with something else. They in harmony probably with, thinking love gonna come from outside them, all this other stuff. And you in harmony with knowing thyself. You in harmony with learning to love yourself. You in harmony with doing the things for yourself. You in harmony with just spending time with yourself to get to know thyself. And they in harmony with something completely different. And there's no shade and there's no judgment, whatever, because we all been there, okay? But they start looking at you like, some may even, start arguments with you. Like I know you messing with somebody. I had somebody, an ex of mine tell me, he said, now, he wanted to have some relations, and I was like, man, I don't, And he got upset in a form of manipulation, okay, gaslighting, whatever you want to call it. He got upset and was like, I know you ain't happy. And I was like, I'm not happy. People often say what it is that they feel. and they try to put the shit on you. And I said, I ain't happy. And they was like, yeah, I know you ain't happy. And they was like, I was like, all right, that's good. You know, like, all right, boy, I ain't going back and forth with you. You said I ain't happy, whatever. That's your perception. And not only did he walk to go to the door, but then he made his way to come back and try to, and then say to me, you want to know how I know you ain't happy? I said, I don't give a damn what you say. I don't care what you say. That wasn't good enough, him just saying it. He seen I wasn't feeding into it. So what he did was he had to come back around and try to tell me, oh, and now let me tell you exactly why you're not happy. Don't put your limits on me. Don't tell me how you feel about yourself, because I don't want to hear it. Okay? If you want to tell me some shit like, oh, let me tell you how I'm really feeling, but don't try to put your shit on me. Don't try to put your lack and limitation shit on me, because I don't want to hear it. And I said, you know, I don't want to hear that shit. I said, whatever you believe, that's your belief system. Who cares? Okay. And then he left. That was it. All right. But stop allowing people to try to tell you stuff, because what people tend to do is they put their lack and limitations on you. So they going to try to tell you exactly how they feel, and you falling for the okie doke. You like, well, maybe that's really how I feel. No, that's not how you really feel. But since you don't know yourself, you accepting somebody else's reality. And you think that is yours. You like, oh, well, they all right. You know, I do this. Stop falling for the okie doke. And with that being said, I gotta go. Peace.